Malvika, and I am going to be 60 years old. And I'm here to share my experiences, which obviously I have many since I'm that old. So I hope आपके साथ वो resonate करे and there is something that might help you later. मेरी life में I'm married, I have 2 children. Life में उतार चढ़ाव जैसे नॉर्मल होते हैं, बट नथिंग फेजेस मी. तो कुछ ऐसा नहीं है जिससे मैं बहुत घबराती हूँ. बट मैं अपनी लाइफ में 3 माइलस्टोन्स काउंट कर सकती हूँ जो have changed my life completely. सबसे पहले ये है कि I have a daughter. She is 30 years old now, and she suffers from a syndrome called the Rett syndrome. So जब मैंने इनको देखा जो ये recite कर रहे थे, तो I felt very emotional because he was expressing himself, the way he was looking. My daughter cannot speak, so she has never been able to express what she says, feels. And sometimes हमें को pretend करना पड़ता है कि ignore करना पड़ता है, because she's trying to tell me something and I'm not getting it, तो मैं ऐसे pretend करती हूँ कि मतलब सब ठीक है. So 30 years of her, I was only 29 when she was born. I have a son who's 34 now. So he got married last year, and my second, so my son is fine, he's normal, as we are supposed to know what normal is. And I like to tell everybody that yes, if by society's norms, if you have something wrong in your body, then you're abnormal, which is fine. Yes, I have an abnormal child. I am also abnormal because जैसे average women's height in India is supposed to be 5'2", and I am only 5. So I am also abnormal, which is fine. That's fine. And so my son in that respect is normal, and we've had a very different life because of our daughter. He grew up saying that I come from जब उसको गुस्सा आना, जब उसके मार्क्स अच्छे नहीं आने, he would say I come from a dysfunctional family. So all his girlfriends were always told, he got sympathy from his girlfriends because he's like, my parents don't. We don't as a family go for holidays together, हम dinner नहीं इकट्ठे करते हैं, and my parents give too much attention to my sister. So he always gained that sympathy from his girlfriends till he met his 4th girlfriend, to whom he is now married, who comes from a family where her mother is a single parent. And she's been raised alone by the mother, and she has no siblings. So kind of, I think what happened was that he realized that in some ways, every family is dysfunctional. And you have to pick up, you cannot blame your family or your parents for things that you don't achieve or make it in life. Because हम बड़े clever हैं. जब हम achieve करते हैं, तो हम जो चीजें lack कर रही होती हैं family में या हमारे background में, उसको हम proud feel करते हैं कि मैं तो middle class family से हूँ. Now that you become rich, you'll say मैं तो middle class family से हूँ. I worked myself and became the way it is. Or like my husband, who is earning well, says, I'm from Kendriya Vidyalaya. मैं तो जम्मू का पढ़ा हूँ. I'm from Kendriya Vidyalaya. But today, since I'm just a homemaker, I don't do anything which can say, okay, today if someone asks me what you do, I'm just a homemaker. So I like to go back to my past and say, I'm from Delhi, DPS and R.K. Puram and LSR. So you want to pick up whatever is good in your life and make that your story. Right? You always tend to do that. But I have also learned that your stories can also arise out of adversities, and you can grow up. And there is this famous singer called Cohen, और उसके lyrics में एक line है जो मेरे को बहुत पसंद आई because वो मेरे लिए apply करती है. It says there's a crack in everything, and that's where the light comes in. So I feel blessed that I have a cracked body and a mind, which has allowed me to learn more than anybody else would have experienced, and eventually tested me ki how is it that I feel and how I think has changed everything. So the second padhav jo hai, pehla I sent my daughters there. My second padhav was in 2013. Jab I was a vegetarian by choice, because I didn't like the idea of hurting animals, and but I didn't know the cruelty in the dairy industry, or for that matter in leather and silk and cosmetics tested on animals. I didn't know that there was so much cruelty involved, and we stumbled upon veganism. So since 2013, me and my children turned vegan. So हम plant-based diet खाते हैं, हम पूरा non-animal, कपड़े भी पहन लेते हैं. So हमको कोई ऐसा issue नहीं होता, because actually अगर आप अपने attire देखो या अपना food देखो, तो by default आप 80 to 90% vegan ही होते हो. But सुन के घबराहट होती है कि ये तो बहुत tough है, बहुत मुश्किल होता होगा या महंगा होता होगा खाना पीना. इसमें ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. Once you decide that you want to be a certain way, फिर आप वो कर लेते हो follow. So 6 years, and that is when he mentioned that because of that journey that I had from 2013, I also managed to do a TEDx talk on that topic itself. And बहुत जम्मू में घूमी. I went to the university, to colleges, schools, talking about it, because मेरे को लगा कि the most important thing is कि अगर आपने कुछ सीखा है, कुछ भी अच्छा भी, जैसे आप कहीं रेस्टोरेंट में जाते हो और एक अच्छा खाना खाते हो, you want to come and share it with everybody. हाँ, वहाँ बहुत अच्छा खाना मिलता है या whatever. So my excitement was that, listen, I have learned something new and I want to share it. But वो उल्टा ऐसे पड़ गया that my friends stopped calling me for dinner, because they like, ये तो आके बोलती है, she makes us conscious of what we are eating, because like जैसे उन्होंने बोला वेदांत में, मैंने क्वेश्चन बोला, क्वेश्चन करो कि आपने, किसी ने बोला कि जब आप कॉफी पीते हो तो you should really enjoy your coffee, go back to the aroma and imagine those coffee beans, how they were ground and roasted, and the coffee plantations, and then you really enjoy your coffee. So I said, excuse me, can you go back to your chicken? So that's when they stopped calling me for dinners. So as of today, I'm not invited anywhere, which is fine with me. So second, this was my milestone, and the third milestone happened in 2020, which was, and funnily, जितने भी ये तीनों milestone है, they came to me. It was जैसे आपका एक शाहरुख का भी डायलॉग है, और सीक्रेट बुक में भी जैसे कहा जाता है कि जब आप कुछ चाहते हो तो पूरी कायनात आपको उससे जोड़ने की कोशिश करती है. बट मैंने सोचा यार, मेरे को अब नॉर्मलिटी पता नहीं थी till I had my daughter. मेरे को veganism पता नहीं था. So और ये भी जो 2020 में हो रहा है, ये तो इसके बारे में मेरे को पता नहीं था. तो I'm not attracting. This is not law of attraction. So I figured it out, and I found a word which was closest to what it is when things come to you. When a guru looks for you, or some information looks for you to pass through you, the closest I could come was a word called serendipity. That was the closest I could come to it. So I felt blessed that things come to me because maybe I'm open, or maybe because as my friend used to tell me, तुम बेली हो because तुम काम तो करती नहीं हो, so तुम्हारा टाइम होता है इतना कुछ करने के लिए. So 2020 in June, a Bollywood actor called Sushant Singh Rajput was killed. And 4 days later, his interview came on my Instagram. Happened to watch it. I was like, wow, I didn't know this person as more than an actor. And there is a lot of depth in him. So ऐसे मैंने उसके इंटरव्यूज देखने शुरू करे, सोशल मीडिया पोस्ट देखनी शुरू करी, इंफॉर्मेशन जो इंटरनेट पे थी वो देखनी शुरू करी. And I told my husband, I said, मेरे को तो गुरु मिल गया है. He was like, you know, he's almost my son's age. Like वो कैसे गुरु बन सकता है? Like मेरा कहना ये है कि आप जिससे भी कुछ सीख सकते हो, वो आपका गुरु है. So I ended up starting writing notes on what I was learning. Notes लिखने की तो जैसे बचपन से ही आदत होती है. So notes लिखते लिखते वो manuscript बन गया. And I wanted to take it to the family and show it to them. Things did move in that direction, but somehow वो चीज अभी तक सामने आई नहीं है, which is fine because 2 things I learned from that. मेरे को बोला गया था, I wasn't a very religious person, but now not because of this whole drama which is happening, but I feel कि Hindu philosophy has a lot of depth. It has a lot of meaning once you get into it. So somebody just told me कि गणेश जो होते हैं वो विघ्न हरता है, वो obstacle remove करते हैं. But किसी ने बोला कि वो actually obstacles लगाते भी हैं. I like वो क्यों लगाएंगे? It's like वो आपको वहाँ जाने से रोकते हैं जहाँ आपको जाना नहीं चाहिए. So what I realized was, so when I wasn't able to do it, there was no frustration, कुछ anxiety नहीं थी कि जो होना है वो होएगा और जो नहीं भी होएगा it's fine. Because सुशांत ने मेरे को ये सिखाया कि failure क्या चीज़ है. आप process enjoy करो, result आपके हाथ में नहीं है. Success हो गया तो हो गया, but every failure is an experience and you learn. So he's taught me a lot in terms of how to live my life, how people should live their life, live in the moment. And जैसे किसी ने बोला कि वो questions बहुत पूछता था, वो उसके पास हर एक्शन जो वो करता था या हर चीज़ वो बोलता था उसके पास उसका पहले जवाब होता था. कोई किसी ने इंटरव्यू में अगर उसको पूछा कि आप ऐसे रोल्स क्यों करते हैं, so he always had a genuine and an honest reason for doing things, which generally हम कुछ करते हैं but हम सोचते नहीं है इतने बारे में. और उसने जो अपनी self using नाम से जो उसने हैशटैग से इतना सारा कुछ लिखा, उसमें भी बहुत डेप्थ मिला मेरे को. His mother died when he was very young, so the poems that he's written on his mother also are very deep. And the best about him was obviously the courage that he had to quit his engineering and then follow his passion. That needed a lot of courage. So at the end of it all, what he has taught me and why I am here today is because he's like, follow your passion, enjoy the journey, always know the why of doing things. And success is not measured in terms of money and fame. Success is in living in the moment, like now, and being excited about it. So it is very uncanny. I would say it's very uncanny and also very possible that today is Sushant's birthday. And just today and yesterday when I, this thing came on Instagram about this and I immediately called up Vivek and spoke to him. I could not believe that I would be doing this for him. And so I wish him a very happy birthday and I thank all of you for being so patiently listening to me.